My roommate loved wearing a masquerade mask and doing provocative live streams from our dorm room. She intentionally wore my clothes and even copied my exact style. At first, I didn't think much of it until one day I was dragged into the street, stripped naked, and screamed at in public for being a home wrecker. Right after that, a man she had scammed out of his entire life savings lunged at me and stabbed me 11 times. As I lay dying, he spat through gritted teeth. "You took every penny I had, and I didn't even get to see your real face. You deserve to die." In that agonizing moment, I finally realized Vera had used me as her scapegoat. But when I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day she asked to borrow my clothes. "Luna, can I borrow your dress? I don't have anything cute to wear for my stream tonight." After a blinding flash of crimson, my vision cleared. I was standing right inside my college dorm room. In that instant, I realized I had been reborn. "Luna, did you hear me? Let me borrow your dress. I'll give it back as soon as I'm done streaming." In my past life, Vera constantly wore my clothes to do provocative dance streams. When she first started, she claimed she just wanted to earn some extra money for tuition and rent. She didn't have any nice clothes, so she begged me for mine. Feeling sorry for her struggling financial situation, I gladly agreed every single time. Little did I know, this was just her way of shifting the risk onto me. And I, like an idiot, became her ultimate sacrificial lamb. Seeing my lack of response, Vera snapped. "Luna, are you deaf?" All my built-up rage exploded at that moment. "Get lost." Vera flinched, clearly shocked by my harsh tone. "Luna, why are you being so mean?" Our other roommate, Iris, immediately jumped to her defense. "Seriously, if you don't want to lend it, just say so. No need to be a jerk about it." Vera squeezed out some tears, looking incredibly victimized. "Luna, I know I'm poor and can't afford nice dresses like yours. I only asked because I wanted to look pretty, get more viewers, and make some money to send back to my family. If you don't want to help, you could have just said no. You didn't have to scream at me." I stood up, staring her dead in the eye. "You want to borrow my dress? Fine. Take off that mask and show your actual face on camera. You wear my clothes, hide your face, and yet you leaked our university name and theater major to your viewers. Your username is literally my name, Luna. What exactly are you trying to imply to your followers? You made us promise not to tell anyone you stream, but now everyone on campus is whispering behind my back, thinking I'm the one posting thirst traps. Have you defended me even once? You get all the cash gifts, and I get all the shaming. And can you wear my clothes properly for once? You always pull down the straps and unbutton the chest. What is it physically painful for you not to show cleavage?" I glared at the fake beauty mark on her chest. "To make everyone believe you're me, you even drew a fake beauty mark on your chest exactly where mine is. Vera, do you really think you can hide behind that mask forever?" My sudden outburst left Vera speechless. She burst into actual tears. Iris frowned, crossing her arms. "Luna, back off. Vera is just trying to make a living. Cut her some slack. Her struggles aren't my fault, but the rumors ruining my life are definitely hers. And Iris, do you know what kind of people die first in horror movies? Who? People like you. The ones who always try to play the savior." Fuming Iris dragged Vera away. Who does she think she is, just because her family has a little money? I didn't bother arguing. Iris was close to Vera and had always helped her cover up the streaming. Vera and I had very similar body types. If she wore a mask in my clothes, anyone who didn't know us well would easily mistake her for me. In my past life, she exploited this. She wore my clothes and acted incredibly flirtatious on camera. She called her viewers babe and promised she would go on a date with whoever sent her the biggest gifts. She even took her chats with them off the app. I didn't know the details of what they talked about, but during that time, she started spending money like crazy and constantly received luxury designer gifts. I figured she was taking massive amounts of cash from these guys, promising them a real relationship and meetups. Then one day, she suddenly handed me her designer bag and told me to go to a specific location, claiming she had set up a birthday surprise for me. Since my birthday was right around the corner, I stupidly believed her. I took the bag and headed over without a second thought. But as soon as I arrived, a group of people ambushed me. Leading them was a wealthy high society woman, Amber Vance. She screamed at the top of her lungs. "You little slut. Sleeping with a married man at your age. Didn't your parents raise you right?" Before I could react, her thugs pinned me down and started tearing at my clothes. I shrieked in panic. "I'm not a homewrecker. You have the wrong person." Amber ripped the designer bag out of my hands. "My husband bought this exact bag. Don't play dumb with me." In an instant, the cold truth hit me. Vera had set me up. "This bag belongs to my roommate. She's the one who sent me here. She's a streamer. Her username is Luna." Amber let out a mocking laugh. "Wow, you're a good liar. Strip her. Let's see how tough she is when she's naked." I'm really not Luna. She framed me. No matter how hard I cried, no one believed me. "This is illegal. I'll call the cops." Amber clapped her hands, addressing the gathering crowd. "Everyone look at this shameless homewrecker. She seduced my husband, begged him to divorce me, and even made him buy her a luxury condo. She's a college student, but she spends her nights doing suggestive streams to lure in married men. Absolutely disgusting." Completely helpless, I pleaded with the bystanders. "Please help me. I'm innocent. I'm not the girl she's looking for. That's my roommate." My shirt was ripped open, exposing the beauty mark on my chest. When Amber saw the mark, her eyes flared with pure rage. "You lying bitch! Let's see you deny it now." She pulled up one of Vera's streaming videos on her phone. "Look at this, everyone. She might be wearing a mask, but that beauty mark is identical." She paraded the screen in front of the crowd. "See, it's her, right? I didn't get the wrong girl." Because Vera had copied my hair, wore my clothes, and even drawn on my exact beauty mark. The evidence was damning. They stripped me completely. They yanked my hair, slapped me, and spat on me. Passers-by whipped out their phones, filming my humiliation while whispering insults. In that moment, I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. After they finished humiliating me, they left. I hurriedly put on my torn clothes, but before I could take a few steps, a man blocked my path. "You're Luna. I finally get to see your face." Before I could utter another word, a sharp blade plunged deep into my abdomen. "I spent every single cent of my hard-earned money gifting you. You promised to go out with me, but stood me up. I even sold my house just to keep sending you gifts. You promised to be my girlfriend. Why did you lie to me?" The man roared in agony, stabbing me repeatedly. Just before my vision faded to black, I heard him snarl. "You scammed me out of my life savings, and I didn't even get to see your face. You deserve to burn in hell." With my final breath, I choked out. "I'm not Luna. This time, I will rip off Vera's fake mask and make sure she pays for everything." That very afternoon, I went to a clinic to have my beauty mark permanently removed. Then I headed to a salon and dyed my hair a fiery, vibrant red. When I returned to the dorm, Vera saw my new red hair and immediately lost her mind. "Luna, why didn't you tell me you were dyeing your hair?" I looked in the mirror, admiring my gorgeous, voluminous red waves. It was absolutely stunning. "Why should I have to tell you?" "Because we're best friends. You're supposed to tell me so we can match. I hate looking like twins with people, especially with you." Vera stomped her foot in frustration. "Luna, you're targeting me on purpose." I mimicked her exact pose and stomped back. "Vera, you're guilt-tripping me on purpose." Vera was about to burst with anger. Her scheduled stream was starting soon, so there was no way she had time to go dye her hair to match mine. "Next time you change your hair, you have to let me know in advance." I rolled my eyes at her. Says who? Vera couldn't find a comeback. Fuming, she stomped off. A few minutes later, she grabbed her ring light and tripod and went out to the balcony to start her stream. I logged into a burner account on the streaming platform to watch her. To my surprise, Vera had used a live filter to turn her hair red. On screen, she was sporting virtual fiery red waves, her face covered by a vintage silver masquerade mask. She swayed her hips provocatively, cooing in a sweet, sultry voice. "Hey boys, if you like what you see, send me a rocket gif. The top donor tonight gets access to my private chat." The male viewers in the chat were completely mesmerized. Flattering comments flooded the screen. "Oh my god, Luna looks even hotter with red hair. Damn, what a body, I'd love to get a taste of that. So sexy, especially that beauty mark on her chest. Drives me crazy." Vera danced even harder, teasing boys. The app just launched some new GIFs. I really want to see how pretty the special effects look. With her encouragement, the viewers started showering her with virtual GIFs. Expensive, colorful animations flashed across her screen one after another. Vera was practically glowing with excitement, reading out the usernames of her top gifters and thanking them sweetly. I knew that somewhere in that chat, the man who stabbed me in my past life and Amber's cheating husband were watching. I was usually a bit introverted, but to clear my name and distance myself from Vera, I had to put myself out there. So I sent a request for my burner account to join her live stream. Vera declined it, so I kept spamming the request. Someone keeps spamming join requests. Hang on, boys, let me block them real quick. Someone in the chat commented, "Just accept it. Do a battle, and I'll send you a universe gift." The mention of a high-value universe gift instantly made Vera's eyes light up with greed. Well, since someone wants to see it, I guess I can accept the request. That someone was actually my friend. I had texted him to post that comment. Vera clicked accept, but the moment my bare, unmasked face appeared on the split screen, she completely lost her composure. "What are you doing?" she hissed. The chat erupted. "Wait, do you guys know each other?" By the look on her face, absolutely. I waved to the camera. "Hey everyone." "Hi Vera." Furious Vera abruptly ended her stream, stormed back into the room, and snatched my phone to end mine too. "Luna, what the hell is your problem? Who told you to join my live? Why did you show your face? If you didn't want to stream with me, you could have just said no. You clicked accept. I didn't hold a knife to your throat. Besides, why do you care if I show my face? What are you so afraid of? You don't understand anything. You're ruining everything for me." I sneered. "Just by showing my face, I'm ruining your life. Wow, you must have a very fragile life then." Behind her silver mask, I couldn't see Vera's face, but I knew she was absolutely seething with rage. Vera's face darkened. "Fine. If you want to stream, you can, but you are never to request to join my stream again, and you can't stream at the same time as me." "Deal," I replied smoothly. I agreed easily because my next move was going to be even bigger. Relieved by my quick agreement, Vera went back to the balcony to restart her stream. While she was dancing provocatively, I put on my headphones and walked right into the background of her frame. Her comment section blew up instantly. "Luna, who is that hot girl behind you? Isn't that the girl from the battle earlier? Damn, your roommate is gorgeous. And you two have almost the exact same body shape. If your roommate is this pretty, you must be a total 10 under that mask." Vera was in the middle of a dance move when she noticed the comments. She whirled around and saw me standing there. Her face turned completely pale with anger. She cut the feed immediately. "Luna!" she screamed. I pulled off my headphones and blinked innocently. "Oh, sorry, Vera. I didn't mean to crash your stream. I was blasting my music and didn't hear your dance track. You shut off your stream earlier, so I assumed you were done for the night." Vera's face turned a deep, angry shade of purple. She glared at me, looking like she wanted to strangle me on the spot. "Look, Vera, this is a shared college dorm. We don't mind you using the balcony to stream, but you can't completely ban us from going out there. I didn't mean to walk into your shot, and I already apologized. Why are you so dramatic? You do your dance, and I do my thing. It's not that deep. With that, I turned around and walked back inside, leaving Vera to scream in frustration on the balcony. The next day after class, I saw a man standing near the campus gates. Every single hair on my body stood on end. It was him, the man who stabbed me 11 times and murdered me in my past life. He had actually tracked her down to our university. Thank God I had made that appearance on Vera's stream yesterday, or I'd be in serious danger right now. The man grabbed a passing student. Hey, do you know a girl named Luna? Luna. The masked streamer. Yes, her. Oh, we all used to think she was Luna Pierce. But yesterday, the real Luna appeared on her stream, so she's probably one of Luna's friends or roommates. Who is Luna Pierce? Can you help me get in touch with her? Just as the student turned around, he spotted me. Hey there, she is Luna. I walked straight up to them. Can I help you? The student pointed at me. Yeah, that's her. The man lunged forward eagerly. Do you know Luna, the streamer? Who are you to her? I asked calmly. I'm her boyfriend. I can't reach her on chat anymore. Can you please tell her to come out and meet me? Sure. I'll let her know when I get back to the dorm. If she refuses to come down, though, there's nothing I can do. The man fidgeted nervously. Can I get your number just in case? Sorry, but I don't give my number to my friends' boyfriends. Don't worry, I'll pass the message along. Whether she wants to see you is up to her. All right, thank you so much. He seemed pretty polite during this exchange. Who would have guessed that this seemingly ordinary, mild-mannered man would become a cold-blooded killer in the streets? When I got back to the dorm, Vera was lounging on her bed, eating snacks and watching a show. Your boyfriend is waiting for you at the campus gates, I said. He said he can't get a hold of you and wants you to go down. Vera froze. What's his name? Vera's hands trembled so hard that her bag of potato chips spilled onto her lap. What's his name? I leaned against the door frame, crossing my arms with a cool smile. He didn't give a name, but he was wearing a worn-out jacket and looked like he hadn't slept in days. He mentioned something about selling his house just to send you universe gifts. Said you promised to be his girlfriend the moment he emptied his bank account. Vera's face drained of every last drop of color. She threw her snacks onto the desk and bolted up, her voice screeching in panic. He's crazy. He's a total lunatic. Iris looked up from her bed, frowning in confusion. Vera, what's going on? Who sold his house? Nobody. Just some random stalker online. Vera paced back and forth in our small dorm room, biting her nails furiously. I blocked him on chat 3 days ago after he kept demanding to meet up. How the hell did he find out where I go to school? Well, I said casually, picking up a nail file. You did stream from our balcony every night. You left your university lanyard sitting on the chair behind you, and in half your videos, you constantly talked about being a theater major. A child could have tracked you down. Vera whipped around, glaring at me with venomous eyes. Luna, did you give him my information? Are you insane? I laughed coldly. He asked if I knew Luna, the streamer. I told him I'm Luna Pierce, the girl who doesn't wear a mask, and that the mask girl was probably just one of my friends. I didn't give him your name, your phone number, or your dorm number. If you're so brave behind that silver mask online, why don't you go down and tell him face to face that you scammed him? Vera's breath hitched. I didn't scam him. He gave me those gifts voluntarily. Oh, really? I tilted my head. So promising to marry someone if they send you $100,000 in virtual gifts, taking their chats off platform and then blocking them the second their money runs out isn't a scam. What do you think the police will call it when he files a report for fraud? Vera's eyes darted frantically toward Iris. Iris, help me. You know I'm a good person. I only wanted to make some tuition money. Luna is trying to frame me. Iris, ever the self-righteous fool, stood up and patted Vera's back. Luna, stop scaring her. Vera is a victim here. It's that creep's fault for taking a live stream seriously. I looked at Iris like she was a bug under a shoe. Then, by all means, Iris, why don't you walk down to the gate with her? Show everyone what a hero you are. Take your little golden angel down to meet her devoted fan. Go down there. Vera backed up until her knees hit her desk. No, I'm not going down. What if he attacks me? He's not leaving, I said, checking my phone. He told me he'll wait at the gates until midnight, and if you don't show up, he's going to start asking the campus security guards about every girl in the theater department. Vera gasped, clutching her chest. She knew what that meant. If he made a scene with security, the university administration would get involved, and her entire digital paper trail would be exposed. Luna Vera's tone instantly changed. She dropped to her knees on her bed, putting on her classic, pathetic, tear-filled face. Luna, please, we're roommates. You have to help me go down and tell him I transferred to another school. Tell him the girl on the stream moved away. I walked over, leaned down until I was inches from her face, and whispered, In your dreams. For the next 2 days, Vera didn't dare step foot outside the dorm. She claimed she had a terrible flu, begging Iris to bring her meals from the cafeteria. Meanwhile, I didn't idle. I took the evidence I had been quietly gathering screenshots of Vera, wearing my clothes archived recordings of her stream, showing her using my name and chat logs from my burner account where viewers discussed her private chat handles and compiled them into a clean, digitized folder. On Friday afternoon, the moment arrived. I was sitting by the window in the dorm when my phone buzzed with a message from my friend. Amber Vance just pulled up to the main campus entrance in a black luxury sedan. She's got 4 heavy-set men with her, and she's holding a printout of the streamer's profile. The stalker guy is still hanging around the gates too. My blood boiled with a sharp, cold excitement. In my past life, this was the exact afternoon I was dragged into the alley, stripped, beaten, and stabbed to death. Amber Vance had come looking for the Luna who had seduced her rich husband, lured by the luxury designer bag Vera had fraudulently accepted, and the stalker had been waiting right beside her, ready to plunge a blade into my chest. This time the stage was set, but the lead actress was going to be Vera. I stood up, putting on my coat. Vera, lying in bed, watched me nervously. Where are you going, Luna? Down to the campus courier station, I replied smoothly. A package arrived for you. The label says it's a luxury leather handbag from a sender named Mr. Vance. The courier said it requires an in-person signature or they'll return it to the sender. Vera's eyes lit up instantly with intense, uncontrollable greed. A luxury handbag from Mr. Vance. That was the wealthy married businessman she had been stringing along for months. He had promised to buy her a designer bag if she agreed to meet him at a private hotel. She had blocked his messages earlier out of fear, but the temptation of an $80,000 bag was too much for her to resist. A package. Vera sat up, her flu instantly cured. Is it big? Huge, I lied with a straight face. The delivery driver is waiting right outside the main gates because he can't drive onto campus. Vera hesitated, her paranoia warring with her insatiable greed. Is that stalker guy still out there? I walked past the gate an hour ago, I said carelessly. Didn't see anyone. Besides, it's broad daylight. What could happen? Iris chimed in from her desk. Go get it, Vera. An expensive bag like that shouldn't be sent back. I'll come with you to the gate if you're scared. Really? Thanks, Iris. Vera jumped out of bed, immediately rushing to her closet. Out of sheer habit, she reached for one of my old designer coats, a pale beige trench coat I had left in the communal closet. I stepped forward and snatched the coat right out of her hand. Hands off, I said coldly. I told you, you are never touching my clothes again. Vera bit her lip, annoyed, but she didn't have time to argue. She grabbed her own cheap, flashy pink jacket, threw on a pair of oversized sunglasses, and pulled a bucket hat down over her face. Let's go, Iris. Vera urged, practically skipping out the door, her eyes dancing with visions of high-end luxury. I followed them at a distance, pulling out my phone to start a private live stream from my main account, the real verified account under the name Luna Pierce Official. The afternoon sun was bright over the university entrance. Dozens of students were walking to and from the gates, Parked right beside the guardhouse was a gleaming black luxury sedan, surrounded by 4 tall, intimidating men in dark suits. Standing near the fence was Alan, the unkempt, desperate man who had spent his life savings on Vera's dreams. He was clutching a crumpled piece of paper, eyes darting anxiously over every female student passing by. Vera and Iris walked out through the archway. Vera scanned the delivery area, looking for a courier truck. "Where is it?" "I don't see the driver." "Are you looking for this?" A sharp, icy voice cut through the air. Amber Vance stepped out from the back seat of the sedan. She was wrapped in a fur coat, wearing diamond sunglasses. Her face twisted in pure, aristocratic fury. In her hands, she held an identical designer bag and a stack of printed bank statements showing transfers of over $200,000 to a private account linked to Luna. Vera froze, her stomach dropping. Who are you?" Amber walked up to her, her heels clicking loudly against the concrete. "My husband bought this bag for a little whore who calls herself Luna. She promised to move into a condo he bought her in exchange for this." Behind the sedan, Alan's head snapped toward them. The moment he heard the name Luna and saw the designer bag, his eyes turned bloodshot. He lunged forward through the crowd. "Luna!" Alan screamed, his voice wild. "Are you Luna?" Vera panicked, stepping back behind Iris. "No, you have the wrong person." "I'm not Luna." "Don't lie to me!" Amber roared, signaling her 4 thugs. "Grab her." "Wait," Iris yelled, stepping in front of Vera like a brave martyr. "What are you doing?" "This is a university campus. You can't just assault students." "She's not Luna. Luna is behind us." Iris turned around, pointing a finger directly at me as I walked up with my phone recording everything. "She's Luna Pierce." Iris shrieked at Amber and Alan. "Her name is literally Luna. She's the one you're looking for." The crowd of students gathered, whispering in hushed, shocked tones. Amber turned her furious gaze toward me, stepping close, her thugs tightening their grip. "You're Luna Pierce." I stopped calmly, tucked my vibrant red hair behind my ear, and pulled out my official university student ID card, holding it out for everyone and the camera to see. "Yes, I am Luna Pierce," I said, my voice clear, steady, and carrying across the entire plaza. "I am a senior theater major, but I am not the masked streamer who took your husband's money, Mrs. Vance." Amber sneered. "How do I know you're not lying?" "The girl online has a beauty mark on her chest." Without a second of hesitation, I unbuttoned the top collar of my shirt, exposing my smooth, flawless collarbone and chest to the crowd and the camera. "Look for yourself," I said loudly. "I don't have a beauty mark. I dyed my hair red 3 days ago, and I have never worn a masquerade mask in my life." Amber stared at my bare chest. There was no mark, not even a scar. Then I turned my gaze toward Vera, who was cowering behind Iris, trying frantically to pull her bucket hat lower. "If you want the girl with the beauty mark, the silver mask, and the fake chat account," I pointed straight at Vera. "She's standing right there." Vera's face turned ghastly pale. "Luna, you're lying. You're trying to frame me." "Am I?" I pulled out my phone, connecting it to a portable Bluetooth speaker I had brought in my coat, turning the volume to maximum. I tapped play on a voice recording I had taken weeks ago. Vera's sweet, sultry voice blasted across the entire campus gate. "Hey boys, if you send me a rocket gift, I'll give you my private chat. My username is Luna Secret. Yes, babe, I love the luxury bag you sent to my dorm. You're so good to me." The crowd erupted into loud gasps. Students who knew us instantly recognized Vera's voice. Holy shit, that's Vera's voice. She's been using Luna's name this whole time. Look at her online profile. She drew a fake beauty mark on herself to impersonate Luna. Alan, the desperate stalker, charged forward like a wild animal. He grabbed Vera by her pink jacket, ripping off her bucket hat and oversized sunglasses. "It's you." Alan screamed, tears and rage bursting from his eyes. "I know your voice. You sang to me on chat. You told me you needed money for your mother's surgery. I sold my house for you." I spent every single cent I owned on you. You lying, miserable bitch. Vera shrieked in terror as Alan shook her violently. Let go of me. Help! Police. Iris, help me. Iris tried to pull Alan off, but Amber Vance's 4 heavy thugs stepped in, shoving Iris hard onto the pavement. So, you're the little leech sleeping with my husband. Amber said, her voice dropping into a terrifying whisper. She stepped up to Vera, grabbed her by her hair, and delivered a brutal, deafening slap across her face. Vera's head whipped around, blood spurting from her lip as she crashed to her knees on the ground. My husband gave you a condo, $200,000 in cash, and 3 designer bags. Amber snarled, pulling Vera up by her collar. Where is the money? I spent it. Vera wept hysterically, blood and tears streaming down her face. I bought clothes. I bought jewelry. Please don't hit me. I'll give the bags back. I'll give everything back. Spent it. Alan let out a shattered, psychotic laugh. He pulled a heavy kitchen knife out of his coat pocket. His face twisted in pure, unhinged madness. You spent my house money on clothes. The crowd shrieked in horror. He has a knife. Call the police. Alan lunged forward with the blade aiming directly at Vera's stomach. In my past life, that exact blade had plunged into my abdomen 11 times while Vera sat in our dorm room counting her cash. I didn't move an inch to stop him. I simply pulled out my phone and recorded the entire spectacle. Vera screamed at the top of her lungs, scrambling backward on her hands and knees, using Iris as a human shield. The blade slashed through Iris's coat, cutting her arm. Iris let out a blood-curdling scream, falling into the dirt, weeping in agony as she finally realized the kind of monster she had been protecting. Before, Alan could stab Vera, the campus security guards, and 3 nearby traffic officers rushed in, tackling Alan to the ground and disarming him. Sirens echoed in the distance as 3 police cruisers pulled up to the gate's lights, flashing red and blue. The investigation moved at lightning speed because I had provided the police with a complete, organized dossier of digital evidence, including IP addresses, saved live stream recordings, bank transfer logs, and proof of identity theft. Vera had 0 room to maneuver. The police raided our dorm room that evening. Underneath Vera's mattress, they found a hidden metal box containing 3 stolen credit cards, forged receipts, 16 luxury watches, and 5 designer handbags bought with money scammed from married men and vulnerable viewers. They also found her silver masquerade, her makeup kits used to draw the fake beauty mark, and a notebook detailing how she planned to use my name as a shield if she ever got caught. Vera was arrested on the spot for grand fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and extortion totaling over $400,000. Iris, bleeding from her arm wound, was dragged to the police station as an accessory to fraud and obstruction of justice. Because she had repeatedly lied to campus authorities, helped Vera cover up her illegal activities, and attempted to falsely accuse me in public. The university board issued an immediate disciplinary decree. Iris was officially expelled from the university, her academic credentials revoked, and her name permanently blacklisted from all state theater programs. When Iris's parents arrived from their hometown to pick up her belongings, her mother slapped Iris twice in the middle of the dorm hallway, weeping in shame. Iris stood by her stripped bed, her arm bandaged, crying hysterically as she watched her entire future turn to dust. She looked at me with red, swollen eyes, her voice trembling. Luna, please tell the university board I didn't know. I was just trying to be a good friend. I sat down my textbook, looking at her with cold, unyielding eyes. I told you before, Iris, I said smoothly. Do you know who dies first in horror movies? The self-righteous fools who play the savior for a monster. You chose to stand by a snake. And now you get to feel its venom. Iris collapsed onto her knees, sobbing uncontrollably as her father dragged her out of the building. 2 months later, the court trial for Vera's criminal case reached its final verdict. Because the financial damages exceeded $400,000, and because her actions had led to violent assault and public endangerment, the judge showed 0 leniency. Vera was sentenced to 12 years in state prison alongside an order for full financial restitution to Alan and Amber Vance. Her family, forced to sell their ancestral home and farm to pay off her legal debts, completely disowned her. On the day she was sentenced, I visited the holding facility one last time. Vera sat behind the thick glass partition wearing a dull orange prison jumpsuit. Her hair was shaved short, her face pale, sunken, and covered in nervous scratches. The girl who had once obsessed over looking pretty in my clothes looked like a hollow, broken shell. When she saw me walk, in wearing a sleek, tailored black coat, my vibrant red hair shining under the lights, radiant and confident, her eyes flared with bitter, ugly jealousy. "Are you happy now, Luna?" Vera rasped through the intercom, her voice hollow and dry. "You ruined my life. You destroyed everything I worked for." I picked up the receiver, looking at her with a calm, pitying smile. "I didn't ruin your life, Vera," I said softly. "You ruined it yourself the moment you thought you could use me as your sacrificial lamb." "I just wanted to be pretty." Vera sobbed, pressing her forehead against the glass. "I just wanted to live a rich life. Why did you have to have everything? I had nothing. You had money. You had good clothes. You had beauty." "It wasn't fair." "The world owes you nothing, Vera," I replied coldly. "You thought wearing my clothes and putting on a mask made you me. But a thief in stolen silk is still just a thief." I set the receiver down, ignoring her frantic screaming and banging against the glass as the guards dragged her away into the dark corridor. I walked out of the courthouse into the bright, warm afternoon sun. The sky above the city was clear, blue, and boundless. I smoothed my red hair, took a deep breath of the fresh, clean air, and walked forward into my brand new life.